But still the Jays trail by just a goal. Into the final 15 minutes of the match. Free kick earned by Creighton. They won't bother to re-advance the ball, but the referee will force them to. That will anger Ross Pauly. You can hear him on the touchline saying, why can't we do that? We were taking it from behind where the initial foul was committed. Why can't we play that ball early?
Yeah, that'll draw the ire of a coach when you're trailing by a goal, trying to play fast and put pressure on a defense such as Butler's.
Here's Jakubowski beating one. Jakubowski, top of the area, trying to beat a second, couldn't do it. And thought she was impeded, no call.
Probably had a case for obstruction there.
Here's Miller. She puts a cross in toward the front post. Off a defender, it'll be a corner. Good opportunity there for Fothergill, who made a good run.
Fothergill just doesn't get off her feet quite far enough to get ahead to it. See Miller with a good ball in, and Fothergill just a little bit behind it.
So another corner for the Jays. Jakubowski is going to take it short this time, and then it's swung into the area, headed clear. Interesting changeup of the Jays that time. Now Butler trying to break out of the back. Monahan. Instead it was cleaned up by Graybill. Jays trying to go back on the attack with Bosak, but she was beaten to it. You have to salute how well the Jays have battled, especially in this second half. Just not enough quality in that final third so far. Still time though, 13 minutes to go. Butler still looking very solid in defense. Bosak nods that along. Fothergill battling for it, trying to keep it in play, and forces a corner. Good work by Fothergill to pressure the defender and force her to put it out.
How about 5 corners to 4? Blue Jays leading in corners tonight. Not at all what we expected based on the last 4 matches.
You would have gotten long odds on that before this game.
How about 44-1?
That was the margin by which the Jays have been out-cornered in their previous 4 matches. Jakubowski one more time. Another good delivery, knotted over the top, and a great opportunity for Darby Huguenin. Best chance of the match for the Jays so far. And you can see the disappointment all over Huguenin's face.
Yeah, this one is just perfectly delivered from Jakubowski. A driven ball in. Huguenin has position on the defender and just can't get over top of it.
It looked like she just got stuck under the ball as she went up for it. So 12 minutes to go. Jays are knocking on the door. But again, you don't get many opportunities like that against this Butler team. Jays hope they'll be able to create at least one more.
You know, we keep saying that, and Creighton just keeps creating more chances.
It's true.
It's kind of odd that a team that has struggled offensively the way that Creighton has is coming up against, statistically, the best defense in the country and are creating more chances than we've seen maybe in the past month.
Well, Ross Pauly said earlier this week, we've got to create more set-piece opportunities because we're very dangerous. Whenever we do get a corner, we create chances from them, so we've got to do that more, and they have tonight, and they have been dangerous from them, especially there a moment ago. Miller will have this fall to her chest. Touches it around one defender very well. Left-footed effort. A decent one, but always going to be easy for Duga. Miller did well just to maneuver herself into position for that, but then didn't catch it cleanly.
Yeah, she's pressured a little bit there. It's good defensive play to not allow the player a clean shot, and it forced Miller to hit that one a little bit off center.
This is going to be a free kick for Creighton. It'll be another opportunity for them to put pressure on this Butler back line from a set piece. Foul committed by Julia Leonard.
Yeah, Leonard has been, for the past 10 minutes or so, just a little bit unhinged. She's committing a few fouls that are really not necessary, and you wonder.
Haley Block with a free kick. It's going to be right at the goalkeeper. Duga dropped it initially, which is shocking, but immediately reclaimed it.
You wonder if Julia Leonard might need to just come off the pitch for a while settle her nerves.
Here's Monahan in behind. Monahan scores! Paige Monahan finally finds the net after she'd missed several opportunities, taking advantage of a slack back header from Mackenzie Graybill. And in the 81st minute, it is 2-0 Butler.
Yeah, this one's gonna fall on Mackenzie Graybill. The header back just not good enough, and when you give that many opportunities to a player like Paige Monahan, eventually she's gonna come up with something, and that one was pretty easy.
We cannot give up, Ross Pauley hollers from the touchline. That's a real gut punch, though. The Jays have fought so well in this second half, created a couple good chances to possibly level the match, and then a mistake on a ball straight over the top. You could see from the very beginning of that over-the-top ball that Graybill was caught a little flat-footed, and she was struggling to get back for it ahead of Monahan, who was putting her under lots of pressure and just unable to get enough on that header back to her keeper.
I don't think she had her body in the right position to get enough power behind it. And she should have recognized that and tried to do something else with it. And instead, she just went ahead with her initial plan to try and head it back to the keeper. And it didn't work out.
See the setup to that goal. It's just a long punt forward from the goalkeeper.
Yeah, she's too far behind the ball, Donnie, to really get anything on it, and she has to lean her body out to try and touch it with her head, and it goes straight down into the ground, and it's never going to get there.
Uncharacteristic from Graybill, is normally so reliable in the heart of that Creighton defense. And you can see how dejected she is about it. She and this Jays team put a lot of effort into this match, and they felt really confident coming in, Ross Pauley said. Even though they knew they were heavy underdogs, they really felt they could spring some kind of upset and get a result tonight. And for a lot of that second half, you could see that belief growing.
Yeah, and it was an important one, too, because they still felt like they were alive for a Big East playoff spot. If they could get a result here tonight, keep themselves in the conversation going into those last three games, which are very tough, but you would still have something to play for. And with a loss here tonight, it makes that road ahead even more daunting. You have, of course, Butler tonight, and then Marquette and Providence to finish out. Providence, who is battling for that kind of second spot in the Big East standings, and Marquette, who themselves are kind of on the fringe at 9 points in the standings.
Monahan wants another. Monahan has another. Paige Monahan makes it 3-0, and she has a late brace in this second half. We talked about all the chances she missed. That one was far more difficult than any of the others, and she buried it into that bottom right corner.
Well, you just gave her too much space. Block did not close down quick enough, allowed her to cut inside, and Monahan has all day to set that right-footed shot and just curls it into the far post. Block has to close that down a little bit quicker.
That's a sweet strike.
It's absolutely a beautifully struck ball by Paige Monahan. As we've said, you give a player like that much space and that many opportunities, she's going to find it eventually.
Monahan is now the joint leading scorer on this Butler team. Talked about Caitlin DiSarcina scoring her team leading 7th of the season in the 11th minute, but now Monahan has joined her on 7 goals with her 2 late ones in the second half. Monahan, their leading point getter, 7 goals and 5 assists now on the season.
One of those players who's just seemed destined for great things ever since she was a high school player. She was a 4-time All-Stater. She's a New Jersey Player of the Year type of player. She came in, led the team in shots, was second in goals and points as a sophomore, and now in her junior season having a real kind of breakout campaign and a couple of big ones here tonight.
Monahan, lots of hugs and smiles from her teammates as she subbed out. with 6:15 to go. Butler still looking for a fourth. Gutlove laid it back for DiSarcina, who wants the team lead back. She wanted a penalty there. She won't get one.